Welcome back to the channel where real-life stories come alive, and the lessons are raw and unforgettable. Today, I'm sharing a story about a single moment of weakness that destroyed a marriage, shattered a family, and left a lifetime of regret. If you've ever wondered how one choice can change everything, this story is for you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a like. It really helps more people see these life lessons. Now let's dive in. The one mistake that shattered my marriage forever. The deepest regret of my life didn't happen in a grand gesture or a life-changing decision. It happened in a quiet, fleeting moment of weakness, the kind you never see coming until it's too late. I remember the morning vividly. The divorce papers were on the kitchen counter, neatly stacked, official, final. My hands shook as I picked them up. The realization hit me all at once. Everything had changed. The bed beside me was empty. His scent no longer lingered on the sheets, no faint trace of his presence to comfort me. His laugh, his voice, the warmth of his embrace, all gone. After 14 years of marriage, the man I had trusted with my entire life, my husband, had walked away. I kept asking myself over and over, how could one lapse in judgment destroy a lifetime together? Let me tell you how it all unraveled. Before I begin, if you're watching this because you want to avoid the kinds of mistakes that can destroy families, consider subscribing. Here we share raw, real stories that carry lessons you won't find elsewhere. And please drop your thoughts in the comments. Every insight helps someone out there. My husband and I, Daniel and I, are both 36. We had known each other since college. 16 years of memories, 14 of them married. We built a home together, raised 2 daughters, Emma and Lily, now 13 and 12. And then, 3 months ago, I made a decision that would rip everything apart. I was unfaithful. Just once with a coworker, and it was a mistake I can never undo. The guilt was instant, crushing, suffocating. And yet, the damage was already done. I've tried to explain it to myself in therapy. The loneliness, the exhaustion, feeling overlooked in my own marriage. The truth is, I'll probably never fully understand why I allowed it to happen. But I know this. Nothing excuses the betrayal. Daniel and I met in our sophomore year of college. He wasn't just my boyfriend. He was my confidant, my anchor, my safe place. We laughed constantly, dreamed together, traveled together, and eventually brought 2 incredible girls into this world. Our love was steady, enduring, or so I thought. Over the years, life, work, responsibilities, parenting, slowly pulled us apart. Conversations dwindled to logistics. Intimacy became rare, and I felt invisible. I missed the feeling of being desired, missed the spark we once shared without even trying. So when my coworker, Aaron, began showing interest, I gave in. Not because I loved Daniel any less, but because for one moment I wanted to feel alive again. Happened once. And then the next day I confessed. I couldn't bear the weight of my betrayal. Daniel's face was a storm. Disbelief, fury, hurt so raw it left me trembling. He called me names I deserved. I didn't defend myself. I told him everything. The flirting, the loneliness that made me vulnerable, the instant regret that followed. I cut all ties with Aaron immediately. I handed Daniel my phone, my passwords, every corner of my digital life. I begged him to see that I was committed to transparency, to rebuilding what I had destroyed. I knew he could never forget, and perhaps could never forgive, but I had to try. Daniel has never been a man to offer second chances easily. And yet, the pandemic lockdown forced us under the same roof for 2 months, a forced proximity that made the first month unbearable. We barely spoke beyond the necessities. I slept on the couch, giving him space, reminding him gently that I was ready to do the work if he was willing. Then, slowly, something changed. By the second month we were talking again about mundane things, about the girls, about small daily joys. We laughed at old memories. I felt a flicker of hope, the tiniest spark that maybe, just maybe, the love that had carried us for over a decade could survive this. One evening, Daniel even invited me back to the bed. We were cautious, careful, but present. I encouraged him to share his feelings openly, no matter how painful, and he did. Bit by bit, the tension eased. We spent evenings together, laughing, watching movies, talking about everything and nothing. I felt something rekindling, a closeness I thought I had lost forever. Then came that night. We were drinking wine in the bedroom, talking and laughing like we used to in the early days. I felt young again, alive. In a spontaneous moment, I climbed onto his lap and kissed him. For a moment, it felt as if we had traveled back in time. But then he pulled away. Tears streamed down his face. "Stop," he whispered. That single word shattered me. Seeing the depth of his pain, feeling the lingering scars of my betrayal, I realized just how far I had pushed him. I apologized silently, tears running down my own cheeks, and we lay in silence. 2 days later, Daniel made his final decision. Despite our progress, he could not continue. The betrayal had cut too deep. We had already arranged custody of the girls, and he left on a brief trip to clear his mind. I helped him pack and we hugged goodbye, both of us sobbing. When he returned, the house felt emptier than ever. He smiled politely, made small talk, collected the girls, but the warmth was gone. Today the divorce papers arrived, final, unchangeable. The man who had been my partner, my confidant, my world is gone. All because of one irreversible mistake. I miss him. His laugh echoing through the house, the comfort of waking up beside him, the feeling of being truly seen. What haunts me most is knowing I caused his pain. If I could go back, I would erase that one moment, rewrite that night, undo the betrayal. But I cannot. Now I sit here sharing my story, hoping that someone out there can learn from my mistakes. Some wounds never fully heal, and some choices can't be undone. If Daniel ever reads this, I hope he knows how deeply sorry I am. I would give anything for another chance. And yet, I must live with the consequences of my own actions, with the lessons learned too late. Thank you for watching this story. Life can be fragile, and sometimes a single mistake can leave wounds that never fully heal. If this story resonated with you, please leave your thoughts in the comments. What would you do in a situation like this? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another real-life story that teaches a hard lesson. Remember, some mistakes are irreversible, but the lessons they leave behind can last a lifetime. Stay thoughtful, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next story.